Okay, let's start. Today we're gonna talk about favorite makeup items, and these are items that I basically reach for all the time. I have my like makeup collection and drawers and everything, but there's a few bits and bobs that I reach out to every day, and so I keep them in like makeup bags that I can easily go into. Keep them on rotation, if you know what I mean. So as primers, I have two favorites. One of them is the ILLAMASQUA Beyond Veil Primer. They have 3 primers, I think. Maybe 4. I think it's 3. They have the Hydra Veil, the Matte Veil, and the Beyond Veil. And the Beyond Veil, I think, was the 3rd one to be launched. And it's sort of a version of the Hydra Veil with like shimmer in it. You don't notice the shimmer. It's really like lightweight, but at the same time, it is so lovely underneath foundation. It's just like moist and dewy and dreamy. It's not overly heavy either. This is a new one. I've just finished my old one and this is brand new, so I haven't touched it yet, but you can see that it's kind of like a jelly texture. And then I also really love the MARC Jacobs. This is similar but different. It's very different in texture. It's similar in terms of aspects. I would say it's a little less luminous if you do see the shimmer, that I don't personally, but if you do see it, you don't like it, you want something more sheer, this would be it. Like it. When it comes to foundation, there's 3 that I've been keeping on rotation, and they're completely different shades. What I do most of the time is mix a little bit of everything so I can get my perfect shade. I have found my perfect match in 1 or 2 foundations, but they're not my favorites. In my favorites, I don't think I have an exact match. One of them is the CATRICE that I've spoken about recently on a sponsored post on my Instagram. This is not sponsored, but this was part of that ad. Any of those like disclaimers and everything will be down in the description box. But anyway, this is the CATRICE Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. My shade is the 10 Light Beige. So there's 2, I think, of these foundations from what I've heard. This is the mattifying one, Second Skin Effect. This was the first one, the original, I think. And then there's a hydrating one that I really want to try, but this I love. It isn't overly mattifying. It's just like not dewy. It is, I would say, like a velvet matte. It's not like matte. Lovely. I absolutely love the texture. It is on the lighter side, so if I do have a lot of breakouts, I do want to mix this with a foundation that is a bit more high coverage, or I'll supplement this with a concealer. It is like on the dark side. I can still use it and blend it and everything, and I don't really mind it, but it isn't my exact match. And then I have the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I believe this has like, I shook it recently, but I believe this has like this, just a tiny little bit. Absolutely love this. It's a bit more matte than the CATRICE, I'd say. The only fault for me for this, and the reason I will not buy it again, is the shade. Because this one I do feel like I have to match, I have to mix with something else so I can get a better match, because this is too red for me, too pink. They don't do like a neutral shade. The other fair-ish shade that they have is really, really yellow. And so the pink is a little better, but there's no in between. And so yeah, if they came up with a neutral version of this, I would totally buy it again, because love it. And then there's a Fenty Beauty Foundation. I have been reaching for this more than I thought I was gonna be. So I gave this a positive review if you've seen it, but I did mention that it would be more for dry skin types. However, because of my like peels that I've been doing, all the acne treatments that I've been doing, my skin has been more on the dryish side. And so I've been picking this up a lot. As you can see, it's kind of like, it has like a dent here. I do like to mix these like together indiscriminately. However, I'm feeling that day. I would say that in terms of coverage, we have first the CATRICE on the sheer side. This is buildable to full, and this is definitely full. And so, you know, you have something for all the ranges. I believe there's like concealers for different things. And so for under eyes, I like a more hydrating concealer. I hate the matte feeling under eyes. My eyes are dry and I can't. My first favorite, and I actually am saying this, but I don't know if they still sell this, because the last time I spoke to the girls at Too Faced, they said they were gonna discontinue this, and I'm so sad. I do have a backup, but I hope they haven't discontinued yet. Anyway, this is the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. This is the first concealer, not the second one. There's a matte Born This Way concealer. That's one of those like contouring concealers. I don't love it as much. I feel like it's way too drying for me. But this one is absolutely amazing under eyes because it's creamy and a high coverage, but it just blends like a dream and it doesn't accentuate any patches or anything, and I love it. If I'm feeling more on the natural side, I absolutely love the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I have 2 shades, Ivory. And then if I would like a more brightening effect, this is Cool Ivory, which is a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler as well, but not too cool that I wouldn't want to use it. But yeah, love these. A little bit less coverage than this, a little bit less creamy as well. They're like a velvet satin type of finish. For my pimples, I have my favorite has honestly been the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. I have tons of shades, but the winter shade is the 320 Porcelain. I like this. It's very high coverage. It blends like a dream. I love to apply it on top of foundation, or even sometimes a little bit on top of cream, on top of powder. It does amazing at like pinpoint conceal, and it is a big tub as well, and also affordable. This is the same type of concealer that the Tarte would be. I still prefer this. I love the Tarte one, but I still prefer this. I love the NABLA one, but I still prefer this. And there's a few others, but yeah, this is definitely my favorite. When it comes to powder, I have 2 favorites at the moment. One is the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Light. This is not matte, I don't feel. It's just, again, very velvety. I don't feel like it is ultra matte, otherwise I wouldn't be using it. It's not trying or anything like that, but it does leave like a soft, blurry canvas on it, and I really love it. The other one is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder Butter. I feel like this is a bit more matte than this, but still not overly matte, not drying or anything. It is blurring again, like it. I love the scent of the Fenty powders, and I don't know if they're good for your skin, but they smell amazing, and I just really like them. I have butter and I also have lavender. Butter is my favorite. So we're going into eye primer now, and there's 2 that I've personally thought were favorites this year, like that I've gone to, reached it into, kept in my bag. One of them is definitely the ABH Eye Primer. I feel like I have like 5 of these, and they're all scattered all around my makeup bags because I always need one. It's really good. I love that it is light enough that I barely have to mix it into my concealer if I'm going for a more natural look, because this is my skin shade almost. That's sad. But it is full coverage, it is creamy, it's not patchy. It does really make a nice makeup base. It does really grab makeup. Love it. And the other one is the BAREMINERALS Gen Nude Eyeshadow Primer. And this is also a light shade. So this is bright AF, but they have other shades. I feel like this is the perfect shade for me. I have one that is a little bit darker, but I don't think they're necessarily nudes. I think there's pinks and everything, but this is definitely my favorite shade, bright AF, and it mirrors the ABH shade as well. One of my dogs just farted, and they're so far away, and I can feel it in my nostrils burning my mind. Eyeshadow. So I'm just going to talk about palettes. I'm not going to talk about individuals, singles, and pigments or anything. Otherwise, I feel like that's a whole different video. On the daily, like, I like to wear color and everything, but on the daily, I'm quite a neutral type of girl, especially if I'm on the go. So here's a few palettes that I've been keeping on my side. The PIXI Eye Reflection Shadow Palette, Natural Beauty. I love this because it is cool toned, but still like super wearable. It has foil shadows that blend like a dream. It has, I feel like this bottom row, I don't use as much because for me personally it's too dark, so one of these would suffice for me. 3 of them are a bit too much, but other than that, even if it was just like this, it is so good. And another one that has been a recent love of mine is the new HUDA Nude in Medium, and I've actually shot a tutorial with this and Rich Deep. I love this. I love the texture. I feel like it's better than ever. Some Huda Beauty palettes are more like, I don't know, but this is a definitely a yes. If you've been wondering about it, yes. I love the Rich as well, but this one is a bit more natural every day, so I do reach for it a little bit more. And when I say that, I've just been using it for the past 2 weeks, but I think it's glorious. 2 that I have that are mostly ColourPop singles, I think. They might be like a makeup geek in here, but I have this and I have this. I've used them both in tutorials before. Make yourself a ColourPop palette. They have one of the, now they do the build your own palette thing, and so you can buy the whole palette for I don't know, $24, the 12 pan, and it comes to about 1 point something dollars per eyeshadow, and that's so good. I did that for like one that is a bit more colorful. I feel like this could be either spring or winter shades. Is the NABLA Soul Blooming eyeshadow palette. It has its neutrals that I love, and then if I want to pop a little bit of color, I can still do that, and I really like it. I feel like comparable to this as well, like it has its nudes, but I can also pop a little color. I can make it natural, or I can make it boom, you know. One that I reach for specifically at this time of year is the Makeup Geek Pumpkin Spice eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if this is limited edition. They brought it back, but I'm not sure it's at the website right now. But only one of the shades is limited edition, I think, and the others you can still find and buy singles of, and it's good. Is good. When it comes to mascara, my one and true love is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. It's been for a while, and it's just, it's not crunchy, it's really soft, but it does define my lashes, and my lashes are quite flat, so it's really good. I've recently bought the primer as well. Both of them together are like, damn. Highly recommend. My favorite. I was a drugstore type of mascara person up until this, and now I feel like I've been ruined. For my brows, I usually do a micro brow pencil and a brow gel. So the micro brows that I have, I do have the Brow Wiz by ABH that I absolutely love. It's really good. I have it in taupe and medium brown, depending on if I'm feeling a soft or a bold brow. I feel like a nice dupe for that is actually really affordable as well is the Ardell Brow Liberty Micro Brow Pencil. I have this in medium brown, and I had it in taupe, but completely finished that. So it is a good product that I highly recommend. And for the brow gels, one of my favorites is the Benefit that I have like 2 little sizes of. 24-hour brow setter. This is what it is. I love the little spoolie as well because it's really, really defined. I can make like crisp soap brows. ABH brow gel that I can't find right now. I have a mini, and again I have a full size, but I don't know where it is. But it is really good. It's a classic. Between the two, I'd say if you want like crisp, I would go with the Benefit. If you want more natural side, I'd love the ABH. For blush, I'm not gonna lie, I've only barely exclusively been using the Nude Sticks, Nudies all over sticks. I have almost all of the shades, so for blush and bronze, this has been it almost for me. They are beautiful, they are creamy, they are dewy, which I love. They also have like an even dewier version of this blush that I don't have any right here, but that I love as well, especially for summer. They're really good. But these are full of pigment, and so I actually do apply them with a blender because for me, I'm pale AF and I need it. That's fusion, but you can apply them straight on if you're a bit more rich, and you'll get such a nice color payoff. As a bronzer, I do have 2 also bronzers. I have the Bondi Bay, which is a lighter version, and I have a Deep Maple A, which is funny, and also a deeper version. I also really love the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, Super Shock Cheeks. The only thing for me is you need to be really careful with these. I love the matte ones, but you need to be really careful because they dry up super fast. And I've had to throw out a couple, and it's not cute. As a highlighter, I'm sure you've noticed that I haven't been using like that many like powder highlighters. I've been using like really dewy stuff, so I've been staying away from all my powder highlighters. I'm kind of in denial about giving them away because they're so pretty, but I really have not been using them, so I don't know what to do. What I've been using most of all is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I just put this on the high parts of my face, and it gives a lovely, beautiful, dewy glow. If I'm looking for something a little bit more sparkly, it sticks ones. Again, I have the Illuminati, I have the Hey Honey, and I have the new Hilary Duff, which is somewhere here, and they're all really so freaking dewy that every time I'm wearing, people are like, dang, but in a natural, like beautiful, juicy way. I haven't been using that many matte lipsticks, to be honest. Again, I'm very like juicy this year, and I feel like the word juicy is making it weird, but it's really not. As lip liners, first of all, I love in general, I love the ColourPop ones. I also love the Marc Jacobs ones, but they're a little bit more expensive, and I feel like these are a nice dupe for them. And I also love the Lottie London Slay All Day liners. They're really good. They're a bit more, these are a bit more gel type. These are a bit more I wouldn't say matte because they were still glidey, but a bit more stiff, but they're not stiff. The only matte lipstick that I have here is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, because again, it's super comfortable. I've been using it over the years. I'm recommending it. It's so good. Oh my god, I love it. I've swatched my whole collection on my Instagram, so if you want to go have a look, I'll link that below. But I also really have been loving this Huda Beauty that I got, and I want to get it in other colors, and I hope they expand the range as well. This is Prom Night, but I really want to get Staycation because it's such a beautiful nude. Texture is absolutely love. It's like a velvet matte, but super comfortable. It reminds me actually of the Burberry Velvet Mattes. I think that's what they're called, and they're really good as well. I do love this also, this Nude Sticks Lip and Cheek Pencil, which is a cream sheen type of pencil. And other than that, it really has been glosses, and I love the ColourPop Ultra Glossies. I love the Nude Sticks gloss. I love the NYX glosses. They're really good. The Butter glosses, amazing. I also really like the Fenty glosses that I've been trying lately. They're really good. I wish there was like a non-sparkly version because I really like a really beautiful nude range of like plain nude instead of shimmery nudes. Lottie London Gloss, which is really good. Supercharged gloss oil tint, amazing. I love this shade specifically, which is Drenched. And then the other lipsticks that I have here are two MACs. One of them is the Mud Wrestler, which I have been going through a lot. If I need like a really cool muted nude, this is it. Amazing, beautiful, love. It's a matte one, and it's creamy, but not, it's like velvet matte. Again, I think you know the matte texture, the MAC textures. And then there's a Powder Kiss lipstick, which is the shade Impulsive. The texture is just amazing because it's like, when you think of Powder Kiss, what comes to your mind is exactly what this is. And this is a beautiful nude shade. There's also a very like pale nude that I have, but this is more flexible, I think. As a mist, I've only been using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist as I would use skincare wise, because ultra fine, smells amazing, super hydrating, and I feel like other setting sprays on my sensitive skin, because my acne treatments have been really harsh and sometimes they stink, and this doesn't. Super gentle, even with a subtle, beautiful watermelon fragrance, super gentle. And for my freckles, what I've been using is, and I do want to make a tutorial about it. I don't know if I should do like an IGTV tutorial or a YouTube tutorial, maybe IGTV because it's not like that extensive. But I have been using the Lottie London Freckle Tint little thing. It does run a little red. I wish they had a cooler option because I would really love that, but still, maybe I could use that on its own. But I use this as a base, and then on top of that, I go with it's worn off, so I don't know the name, but it's the Collection brow pencil, and it looks like this. And I think this is the shade Blonde. And this is a bit on the thicker side, so I just go over it and do a little blah, 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 blah. It's cooler in tone as well, so I like to finish this off with this. But this is definitely good to set out a base because it's like so wet that you can sprinkle around patterns easier and faster to create than simply a pencil. And I've talked so much, but I think that's it, guys. These are currently my favorites. I'm gonna try to do also a go-to makeup to look tutorial soon. All the links to the products are going to be down below in the description box. I'm going to mention all the shades that I've talked about as well in case you're curious about any of them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell button so you know every single time I'm uploading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! I can't wink.